Hey, Kelsey,
Yeah, what's up?
can I get something from the Snack Shack for free?
Not today. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, maybe next time.
TJ, Kelsey said something I could get something for free this week.
Okay.
Snack Shack.
Kelsey said it, yeah. Seems like a lot. How much are these?
Those are $1.
How much are these?
No,
The box.
Oh, the box?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably like
How much are these?
$5. Like 25
How much are these?
cents. $30.
How much is all of it?
We're not gonna.
I have a
Do you
dime. I
have?
have a dime.
I need to get water.
No. Look at that. Your Meta Knight? Ooh, I can do the spinny move. Hey, your mom called. She said you suck. Hey, whose name is My Stinky Butt? Because guess what? You suck too. Hey, have you been playing for a long time? Oh, you have. I couldn't tell. Because you suck. Hey, how do you guys spell bot? Oh, Chandler. Because Chandler's the king bot. Get wrecked! Y'all be trashing. Hey, are you bad at all video games or just this one? In the wild! Hey, I remember when I played as Meta Knight when I was 6. Get slapped! Get worked! Get wrecked! You suck! Oh, katana your mama!
Hey, can I have a drink? No, it's worship right now. But I'm thirsty.
Oh, you can get some water.
Not that thirsty.
Snack Shack.
Kelsey said it, yeah.
What's up? Hey, how many dogs are there?
What? You should be focusing on worship right now.
Okay. When's winter camp?
Were you not listening to TJ when he did announcements?
No.
Have you been playing for a long time? Oh, you have. I couldn't tell. Because you suck.
They're gonna make fun of me for not playing Lightning again. Hey guys, let's be a little quiet. Thanks.
You see, in the midst of a difficult season, maybe it's like the one that you're in now, maybe you were the one you were in last year. Happen later or in the midst of it, you get to walk out of that. But that's your second chance. That's God saying, hey, I want to give you another opportunity to fix this. I want you to fix it.
How many dogs are there? Hey, Chandler.
Yeah. What's up, bud?
What chapter are we in?
You hearing what God actually asks you to do, or you know what you're supposed to do and you don't.
It's on the board.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
Gives us opportunities to
Thanks, Chandler.
Why don't you go sit down?
I couldn't tell. Because you suck.
We're singing Good, Good Father!
Wasn't me.
He's gone.
Chandler.
Why don't you go sit down?
Let me go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Life would be better if we gave those answers. Well, guess what?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Oh, of course you can.
You see, in the midst of a difficult season, maybe it's like the one that you're in now, maybe it was one you're in. You don't see,
Can I go to the bathroom?
but in the midst of
Again?
all that,
Yeah, I really had to go.
It's been 5 minutes.
Yeah.
doesn't it usually work itself out?
Interesting.
Or doesn't usually something happen later or in the
Chandler, can I go to the bathroom?
out of that? Well, that's your second
Yeah.
chance.
Thank you.
I want to give you another opportunity to fix it. I want you to
I need to go to the bathroom.
where you felt like
Okay.
maybe it's talking to that kid at lunch, maybe it's obeying your parents, and I know I say that one a lot.
We need to go to the bathroom.
In the midst of you
Both of
hearing
you?
what God
Yeah.
asks you to
One at a
do,
time.
you know what you're supposed to do, you don't.
Never mind, we don't need to go.
God gives us opportunities to fix the wrong that we've done.
Chandler, can I go to the
He
bathroom?
gives us
No, you
opportunities
can't.
to come back to
I need to get water.
front. But it's up to you to choose. And maybe it's like the one that you're
We
in.
hope you guys enjoyed that video. We miss you lots. Now let's head into worship.
No, like life.
What's up, Elevate? Let's worship together. I was lost with a broken heart. You picked me up, now I'm set apart. From the ash I'm born again, forever safe in the Savior's hand. You are more than my words can say. I follow you, Lord, for all my days. Fix my eyes, following your way. Forever free in unending grace. 'Cause you are my freedom. We live you are, yeah. Live you high, yeah. Your love, never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are alive in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. Oh, 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 oh. In the midst of the darkest night, let your love be the shining light, breaking chains that were holding me. You sent your son down to set me free. Everything of this world will fade. I'm pressing on till I see your face. I will live that your will be done. I won't stop till your kingdom come. You are, 'cause you are my freedom. We lift you high, yeah, lift you high, yeah. Your love, never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are life in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. You are, 'cause you are my freedom. We lift you high, yeah, lift you high, yeah. Your love, never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are life in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. Oh, oh, oh. Set us free. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. People come together, strangers, neighbors, our blood is one. Children, a generation of every nation of kingdom come. So don't let your heart be troubled. Hold your head up, I don't fear no evil. Face fix your eyes on this one truth. God is madly in love with you. So take courage, hold on, be strong. Remember where I am comes through. Oh, 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 Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in His blood. Jesus, Light of heaven, friend forever, His kingdom come. Swing wide, all you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean as your hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Swing wide, all you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean hands, pure eyes, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Oh, 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 swing wide, swing wide, all you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Jesus. Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in His blood. Jesus, Light of heaven, friend forever, His kingdom come. Father, let your kingdom come here, Father. Wherever we're at, God. Whether we're in our room, on our bed, God, in our living room, our couch. God, I pray that your will will be done in our households, God, in our lives, in our church, in our community, Father. We love you. We give all this to you. In your name, amen. Praise good.
Run. What's up, guys? Gang, gang, gang. I'm excited to bring you guys Jonah chapter 3 of our Runaway series. And here's kind of what we've been talking about, okay? Jonah was a guy who was telling everybody around the world about who God was. God would give him an instruction, and he'd go, yes, I'm going to go tell these people. It was great. And then all of a sudden, he got instructions to go to a place called Nineveh, which is a bunch of bad people, adulterers, murderers, just crazy, crazy people. And Jonah said, no, I can't go there because if I go, I'm a Christian, I'm going to die. They're going to kill me. They're bad people. I'm not going to go there. So he decided to run away. You know, and so what we talked about was that when God gives us instruction, it's up to us to choose yes or no, and Jonah chose no. Jonah said, I'm going to do it my way, how I want to do it, and I'm not going to listen, right? But then we all know what happens. Bad things happen when we choose to live a life that we want as opposed to the life that God wants for us. So Jonah runs away. Then he gets in this terrible storm, and the boat that he's on is about to sink, and they realize it was his fault, so they throw him overboard. Then he gets swallowed by this giant fish. So that was last week, and what we talked about with that was sometimes it feels like you're just stuck in the pit of a fish. You know, when it feels like your story is over, maybe you're just stuck. Maybe you're just in this situation where we get to look around and go, man, I got myself into this situation. I got myself into these bad moments, but God can get me out of it. But what we have to do is we have to apologize. We have to come to God and say, God, I know that you gave me instruction. I know that this is the plan that you had for me, but I chose to do it my way, and I got myself in this situation. You see, often when we're in the pit of a fish's stomach and we're in those bad moments, we blame God. We go, God, why'd you do this to me? But if we look backwards, we look at the trails and the decisions that we've made to get us here, what we're going to realize is that we actually did this to ourselves. This wasn't God. God didn't plan for these things. This was us choosing the life that we want, choosing the decisions that we want, and us falling on our face. But we also talked about this. Sometimes when you're in the pit of a fish's stomach, it feels like your story is over, but it's not. Your story's not over just because you're in a bad situation. Your story's not over just because it's dark and you feel like this is it. This is the end, right? You know, when you feel like a giant fish is about to, digest you and then poop you out as like nothing, right? I wanted to add that. I really did. But sometimes you feel like that's it. But guess what? There's always opportunity for us to bounce back. God wants us to bounce back. God gives us other opportunities all the time. As Jesus came to this earth and died on the cross, guess what? That was God saying, I want to give you another opportunity, right? And every day we get different choices to make. Every day we get times that we can bounce back. Every day we get opportunities that God says, follow me. I have a plan for you. And guess what? This week as we dive in, we're going to see that when we do choose to follow God's plan, it's almost like when you put that last piece of the puzzle in, right? It's just so satisfying because you see that all these different things, you don't know how they work together, they come together and they make a beautiful image. They make this beautiful thing that God has said, hey, I took you here, I took you there, I kept going, and then this is what I wanted for you. But imagine how much easier it would be if we just listened the first time, right? Like when your parents say, hey, if you don't clean your room, you're going to be grounded. Then you get grounded and you get mad at your parents, but you realize, well, actually, I was the one that didn't clean my room. But how easy would it have been if you actually just cleaned your room, right? And I know every time I bring up parents and listening, some of you tune out. I get it. But imagine how much easier life would be if we knew what we were supposed to do. And when we knew, we listened. We did it. But guess what? When we actually do listen, it's not just us that benefit. It's not just us who get to gain things when we listen. We actually oftentimes get to impact others, and other people get to experience it as well. Other people benefit from us listening to the path that God has set in front of us. And that's where we're going to dive in. So here's this idea, and here's this question I want to pose to you. What happens when we listen to God and we go and tell people about him? Yeah, some of you are nervous. Some of you go, well, if I told my friends about who Jesus is, they just laugh at me, right? If I told people about church and what that means to me and being baptized and starting again and not choosing this and not cursing all the time, not getting into this stuff on the weekend, if I just told people all those things of why I do this and why I believe what I believe, they would just mock me. My friends would leave me, all these things. But what if that's actually not what would happen? You see, that's where Jonah was. Jonah thought that he was going to show up, they were going to mock him, they were going to beat him, they were going to kill him, this was a bad place. He said, there's no way that anything good will come from this. But there's two parts to this. When we listen to God, we're changed. When we listen to God, we can change others. So let's dive in. Jonah chapter 3, verse 1, it says this. This is after Jonah has been spit from the whale or the big fish or whatever you want to call it. It says this. Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message I give you. So again, God says, in case you forgot, let me just tell you what you're supposed to do, right? It's kind of like when your teachers tell you 19 times how to do your homework and you go, I don't get it, right? And for a lot of you, your teachers right now are your parents or like your older sibling. But they oftentimes tell you how to do things, but they have to tell you one more time for you to finally get it. So that's God. He says, hey, this is what I want you to do. Go tell them the message that I give you. Go tell them about who I am. Go spread that word. Verse 3, Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord and went to Nineveh. Now Nineveh was a very large city. It took 3 days to go through it. Jonah began by going a day's journey into the city, proclaiming. So he walks in, it takes 3 days to get all the way through it, but he goes one day in and he starts talking to people. He starts proclaiming the name of God and telling them, hey, this is who I believe. This is who created the moon, the sun, the stars, our planet, everything. This guy loves you, right? 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. Right? So what he's saying is you guys have messed up a lot. And in 40 days, if you guys don't figure this out, Nineveh's going to fall. Okay? Nineveh, if you don't start figuring out who God is and believing that this God created all of this, you're going to fall. Right? Your city will be destroyed. You guys got to figure this out. Now, that's a pretty heavy message. Right? If you went up to your friends, you say, hey, listen, if you don't stop getting in trouble, if you don't stop partying, if you don't stop disobeying your parents, if you don't stop doing this, if you don't stop doing those things, you're going to fall apart. Now, would your friends be open to you saying that? Maybe some of them. But a stranger? Probably not. If you ever walk up to a stranger and say, hey, why are you doing that? They're going to be like, who are you? Right? They might push you. It takes a relationship to talk. But Jonah does what God says, and he goes to tell them, hey, Nineveh, in 40 days, you're going to fall. You'll be overthrown if you don't figure this stuff out. The Ninevites believed God. Time out. Do you see how quickly that changed? Jonah's so worried that these guys are gonna throw him out, they're gonna beat him, they're gonna kill him, like this is bad news. And as soon as he tells them 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown, the next thing it says is the Ninevites believed God. Do you guys think that maybe God had a plan in all of this? Maybe. Do you guys think that maybe God knew where this was going and that if someone would just go tell the Ninevites they were messing up, that maybe they'd listen? You see, Jonah in this, he could have continued to ignore God. But when he came to God and said, God, I will go listen, I will do what you need from me. Jonah was changed. His heart was changed because there was a deeper understanding of who God is and the relationship they have. So he was changed. But then more than that, by being honest and being true and telling people about God, Nineveh was changed. Right? The bad people were changed. The strangers were changed and came to know God. It says a fast was proclaimed, and all of them, from the greatest to the least, put on sackcloth. When Jonah's warning reached the king of Nineveh, the king, man. If somebody comes in and says, hey, if you don't listen to this God that you've never seen and never heard about, if you don't listen, then your city that you rule is going to be overthrown. Man, that king got super mad, and he came down with spears and axes, and he was attacking Jonah. Nope. Because God had a plan, and God knew that these people would be open to what he had to say. Right? When Jonah's warning reached the king of Nineveh, he rose from his throne, took off his royal robes, covered himself with sackcloth, and sat down in the dust. This is the proclamation he issued to Nineveh. Check this out. This is the king now telling his people, this is what we're going to do. He's in charge. It says, by the decree of the king and his nobles, do not let people or animals, herds or flocks taste anything. Do not let them eat or drink, but let people and animals be covered with sackcloth. Let everyone call urgently on God. So they're about to start their own relationship with God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows? God may yet relent and come with compassion, turn from his fierce anger so that we will not perish. Guys, Jonah thought, I'm going to die, and God knew that these people would change if they only knew who he was. The king didn't take time. He didn't go, hey, let me see some examples of God. There was something inside of him that we heard this message. He said, we got to stop everything. And if we listen to God, if we obey God, maybe he'll have compassion on us. You know, with strangers in your life, it's oftentimes hard to tell the truth. And it's easy for us to want to run away and head the other direction. But when God speaks to us to go talk to them, to go try to change their minds, to go speak truth into their lives so that they might have a better one, it's because God knows where the story's going. And when we choose no and life kind of falls apart for a minute, don't stay down in the dust. Stand up, clean yourself off, and say, God, I messed up, but I'm ready. And your heart will change the same way Jonah's did. Your heart will change when you believe that God has a plan. But more than that, you'll love others, and others will change. Others will have something inside of them that goes, there's a God that loves me. And wouldn't you want that to happen? Strangers, friends, family, neighbors, whoever that is, wouldn't you want them to have the same impact in their life that you felt with God in yours? So what I want to encourage you today is be like Jonah. When you mess up, Don't stay down. Keep pushing forward. Say, God, let me fix this, and bounce back stronger. And don't be afraid to share the message of Jesus, because when you do, you'll be changed in your heart, and others will too. We love you guys. We'll see you in Zoom in just a little bit. Zoom in just a little bit.
Elevators! We love you. We miss you. We hope that you enjoyed that message. Right now, we're going to go into a Zoom call.
Just a little bit.
Here are the boys' numbers. And here are the girls' numbers.
Doing just a little bit.
We're so excited to hang out with you. Ketchup! Llamas! Tater tots!
Doing just a little
Your
bit.
mom!
Doing just a
All
little bit.
right, well, we'll see you soon. Bye.